What's crack-a-lackin', everybody? My name is Lackenroda, and this is me recording a video for the third time, because my iPod storage had filled up the first time, and I was interrupted the second time. So, I'm back with the Arms Girl Baselard, and this review may be going up late because I forgot to record the video on the Wednesday I was supposed to, because normally I record the unboxing on a Monday and I edit it and upload it on a Tuesday, and then Wednesday I review the figure and then edit and upload it on a Thursday. So every Tuesday and Thursday I will do a figure review, or I will be putting up a video of these things. But I forgot to do it because I got easily distracted because food is delicious and I was starving. So, anyways, I am back with the Arms Girl Baselard, and this is one of my favorite kits that I have built so far. The last one that was my favorite was the Real Grade 00 Gundam. And this thing was amazing, and I loved every little bit of it. So yeah, coming into the figure, we'll take off the stand for now. Head sculpt is, this face sculpt specifically is rather bland, but the head sculpt is, or the head build I guess, is rather nice. She has long blonde hair, some bunny ears, and parts that like popping off. And she has, even though this is, I gotta figure out how to plug that in. Even though this is kind of a 1-to-1 scale, she has like this cockpit piece here that's kind of reminiscent of, I guess it's supposed to be reminiscent anyways, of the Frame Arms Baselard. So yeah, coming back here, she has this thruster piece here, and high heels. Yeah. And I like these little cuffs that she has. Those look really nice to me. So coming into articulation, she has this. Oh, real quick, before I go on to that, the head is a little bit not floppy, but it likes to pop off a bit sometimes. Usually when I'm trying to work with her, the head will just pop off like that, just because it's on this tiny ball joint there that goes in there, and it doesn't connect very well unless it popped in. I've never felt it pop in before. Oh, there's my problem. I didn't have it in all the way. So if you have it in all the way, you probably won't have that problem. So anyways, coming into the head articulation, the head can go, depending on how you orient the hair, can go up about that far, and she can look down really far. The hair itself is on a hinge joint here and a swivel there, so you can bring it out about there, and you can rotate it so you can have it kind of flowing in whichever direction you want, and that it looks fairly nice from the front, but from the back it does look a bit cut off. So it's best to just, if you're gonna give her the flowing hair effect, it's best to not move it at all, and it will come across with that effect. The shoulders, depending on how you orient that hair, go out about this far. Same if you orient this piece and you don't move the hair. Whoops. They go about that far. The arms, they are single jointed, but they come in really deeply, and that is very nice. There is a bicep swivel. There is a kind of swivel in here at the wrist, and a swivel in the hand itself, along with a hinge joint at the wrist. So depending on how you orient the hand, it will give you different poses that way. The sort of upper torso part is on a ball joint, so you can get some nice wiggle out of that. Although if you do come up too far, it kind of makes this gap here that breaks the look of it. So I just kind of leave that part alone. Her head is flopping around now. The lower torso is on, oops. The lower torso is on sort of this hook system. So there are two hooks inside here that have these rails on either side of them. And the torso itself hooks onto that. So you can bring it up and it slides down about there, but it doesn't look like, if you come in close on the waist itself, it doesn't look like it gives a whole lot, but it does add a lot to her kind of looking down articulation, her crunch articulation. There is, whoops, keep popping that off. Stop popping off, please. There is no real waist swivel, but you can get the legs to go out that far. And they do also come at, you can also do a full 360 with them, but that just winds up looking weird. And depending on how you have things oriented, things will still look very, very weird, and I'm trying so hard to keep it oriented properly so things don't wind up looking weird, but I am failing so miserably at that. But they are on a ball joint, so you do have a little bit of rocking there. And they're also on kind of a hinge, so they do rock forward and back, and you can kind of swivel them, but there's no way around this. Her panty section gets in the way of the leg articulation. So coming into the legs themselves, there is a swivel here at the thigh. Her knees are double jointed, so you can give a really deep bend to them. And the feet themselves, they're on this weird kind of, there's a swivel here, hinge here, and a swivel at the foot. So you can rotate the foot and orient that however you want. See that? Like, you just totally break her ankle. Oops. First time that's happened. Plug that back in once I figure out how. So yeah, that is on a weird swivel joint, and then there is a swivel here and a hinge there. So yeah, articulation in this base form is decent. There are a few problems, like I said, with the waist here. And yeah, so coming into the accessories, we'll start off with the weakest accessory. I don't think she's gonna stand. Is she gonna stand? Is she gonna stand for me? Oh, that's not how you stand. I don't think she's gonna stand for me. Bass doesn't want to stand. Alright. So, coming into the stand itself, this is terrible. You're better off getting your own stand for her. But I have no stands that do work for her. So, normally you would take like a plug and plug it in that area. Or kind of plug it into the back. But the way this is set up, I don't think that will work very well with a lot of stands, because you would have to get them pointing like that, and a lot of them point upwards, and it's kind of hard to orient it properly. So you're kind of stuck with this unless you get one of the kind of claw ones like a Tamashii stage or a Act 5 stand, and just kind of plug it in or hook it on. So yeah, the stand is terrible, but you're stuck with it unless you get something better. And then coming into my next points I want to talk about is the polycaps. She came with, if you remember from the unboxing, she came with a lot of polycaps. Like there are a ton of polycaps here, but you only use 3 of them. So, or not 3, but you only use 5 of them. And yet you have all of these polycaps, and you have 2 polycaps you don't even use. I took one off the runner because I was trying to figure out where it went. I think I have it over there somewhere. Yeah, here it is. So you just have a ton of polycaps that you don't use. and I don't know why. They just gave you like a whole bunch and were like, here you go, work with this. I'm like, what do I do with this? Especially with the B polycaps, like it's nowhere. And then coming into her actual accessories. So here we have, I didn't trim out any of these, but here we have this W runner, which are replacement wrist parts. So apparently people have problems with the wrist parts and they're breaking off. So they included this runner with this kit, and that's basically some replacement wrist parts in case your wrists break, which is always nice. And coming into the optional faces she has, they are, some of these faces I like, there's ones that I don't like. This face that she has on right now is one of the ones I don't like. Here's the other. It's basically the same face, but looking off to the right slightly. It's right? Yeah, it's right. So yeah, there's that face. And then you have screaming face, and looking to the right screaming face. You also get a blank face, which you can use to apply water slides to. I gotta put that in the wall there real quick. So yeah, you also get this blank face that you use to apply water slides to, which I will be doing. I have plans for that face once I figure out how to properly water slide. So to change out the faces, gonna bring her in real quick. So to change out the faces, you basically take off this front portion of the hair and remove the face, and then take the face and plug it in and put the hair back, and now you're left with nightmare fuel because I grabbed the blank face. Ha ha ha. But yeah, take it, replace the faces. Yeah. And take the screaming face. Put it back in. And there we go. So yeah, there is the optional faces. Now you also get optional, I guess, bunny ears. If that's what you want to call them. So you get, oh, great, I have to fix the stand because it decided to break apart. So yeah, you also get these two optional bunny ear pieces. And what these are is they're the same ears, they're just kind of swooped back. So if I come in and fix her neck, because oh my god, what is it doing? It was like doing the nuh-uh girlfriend thing. Oh god, now she's trying to hang herself with her own collar. Oh god. That's a thing that just tried to happen in my house. Coughing! There we go. So yeah, just come in, just slide these parts out, and I think this is the right one. Nope, that's the wrong one. And just slide it back into the same, because there was just a slot there, tab there, just slide it back into the same port, and now you have the ears just kind of swept back a bit. I like these, I prefer these kind of perked up ears though. That's just me personally. If you get to figure it, you can do whatever you want with it. Oh, I should probably leave her off the stand for this next one. She also comes with this optional kind of bunny tail thing. So you can remove this thruster piece here. There's a tab right there, and you can take, or not a tab, but there's a port right there, and you can take tail, kind of orient it like this, slip it onto there, and now you have her with a bunny tail. But to do that, you can't use the terrible stand. That's a good thing. So it's really just, you kind of want to get some clips and be all like, hello. Yeah, take that back off. And now for the main event with the accessories is her armor. So if we come in, let's lie her down for now. We have, oh god, where'd that go? We have these two leg parts, and to put those on, just take it, just pop the leg on and pop the leg off and slide the new leg on. And I really like these legs. Those just look really cool in my opinion. And articulation on these is sort of the same. The knee bends a little bit thinner. What just fell? Oh god, things are falling! Oh no, what am I losing? I lost a gun. Ah! I'm losing things! This is what I get for putting things there like I normally don't. Okay, I think I got everything back. So, the leg articulation bends like that, and when you bend it, you also have this kind of armor separation gimmick, which is nice. And then at the leg is just, or at the ankle is just a ball joint, simple ball joint. She stands a little better with these legs though, which is a good thing until we get to the main portion of her armor, which is this big hunk of arms. And to plug this on, there is a plug and a tab, that go into this port and tab. Just kind of angle that in, slide that on, and now she has this big armor assembly. And last thing you kind of want to do is bring that forward, and then you can take this thruster piece and you can take it and plug it into this port there. Just plug it on, and now you have the full Baselard going. And you can slide that, plug it in there. Yeah, and I think that looks awesome. She looks really cool. Now, those people who have built this then know that both hands are supposed to be holding a weapon. This one specifically has a gun, and this one has a claw thing. Well, my claw thing broke on me, which I don't mind, because I hated that thing. When I wasn't going to be using it for when I finish the kit up, because this is the first kit I will be painting, and I have a color scheme in mind that I want to paint her up in. But yeah, articulation on these arms is there's a hinge joint right in there, so you can get some forward and backward movement. There's a hinge joint here, so you can bring them back or forward. The arms themselves are on a ball joint and a hinge. It is very hot in my room, so hot and muggy in my room, so the shoulder parts are on a swivel kind of thing, a hinge and a swivel, so that, and there is another swivel at the top of these arms, so you can bring them out even further. They have an elbow joint that brings about 90 degrees, and the hands are just on a simple peg. So yeah, and then, because I forgot to do it, because I don't have them over here. Where did they go? There they are. She comes with hands. She comes with a lot of hands. Like, oh, thanks. You don't want to cooperate with me, huh? You don't want to cooperate with me. Terrible wrist peg. She has a lot of hands. Like, a lot of hands. You get these fists, so she can punch things. You get holding hands, so she can hold things. You get kind of calm, open hands. You get these widespread open hands. And you get pointing, holding hands. Why do I think that's not all? I'm pretty sure there was another one. I'm sure that she had more. Oh god, what was the other one? Oh yeah, she has 2 sets of holding hands. She has these kind of square-ish holding hands, and she has these more rounded off holding hands. So she's got a lot of hands. She's very, very handsy. So yeah, there are the hands accessories. So to swap them out, you just kind of pop the hands off and plug them back in. And then her next accessory are these guns. And she has a lot of these guns. 4 of these guns to be exact. And you can take them, and if you grab the squared off holding hands, I think that's it, you can slide it in. You can slide it in, and she can hold them. Hold the guns. Or you can take these kind of binder things, and you get 2 of them. 2 of these binder things, and there is tabs, 2 tabs on either side of them, and you get 2 slots on top of the gun, and you can connect them together and get that giant murder railgun of murder, doom, death. So you can get 2 of those, plug them all together, and you have 2 big railgun bazooka things. She can't hold these, so why are they included? Well, you can take these parts that I'm missing one of. There it is. I think this is the right one. Take these parts, and there is a post right here and a slot on the side of the shoulder parts. Plug them on there. Same with the other side. And then you can take these guns, and there is a tab or a plug there, and you can just plug it into the ports on either side. Plug it on. Come on. There we go. And now she has big old shoulder mounted guns of murder that are huge. Yeah. So they are on a hinge joint here, and a swivel, so you can get them pointing forward and blast her enemies into pieces. Or not, because she's Baselard and she's adorable in the anime. And if you don't want to have that, you also get these parts, which have this peg on them. And what you do is there's a post there, and they plug into the same spot as the guns. And now, if you have more of these arms or any other like giant arms, you can plug them onto the sides of the shoulder arm, these mechanical arms, and now you have doubled up of the mechanical arms. And if you get more of these kits, you can just have a Baselard that has a backpack of just arms. And that is just hilarious to me. Coughing. So yeah, you also get this stand adapter. So you can take it. If you don't like this, which I don't, you can also plug it into this and plug it in right up in there, and you can have a stand that does a worse job of holding your Baselard. So I will not use that because it sucks. And yeah. So anyways, coming into the size comparisons. After I clean this place up, because I need the space. Yeah. Reorient the camera. And yeah. Now coming in for the size comparisons. Here she is with the high-grade China guy and the high-grade AZ Gundam, who apparently is going to be in every video I make now because I can't seem to but I can't seem to stop putting him on camera. Like, he's just always within reach, so I'm like, alright, I'll use this guy. And here he is with the real grade 00 Gundam and the gold frame Astray Matsumina. And lastly, here she is with the master grade Sinanju Stein Verka and the 1100 Bail. So yeah, overall this has been one of my favorite kits that I have built in 2018, and probably my favorite kit that I have ever built. Honestly, I know I will, after building this, I know I will be picking up more of these. Probably next on my list is probably Sylphie, which is coming out in August, and that's probably the next one I will be reviewing. But they also have a lot of other ones that are currently out now and that are in production as of this recording. Namely, off the top of my head, it is Magatsuki. So that Frame Arms is coming out as a Frame Arms Girl at some point in time, probably next year, but I have no idea when that will be released. But yeah, they also have Gorai and Stilet and and Baihu and Innocentia, and those I will most definitely be picking up at some point in time because these figures are so much better than, say, Bandai's MS Girls, which I have built 2 of, and they were okay high grades. I have built a lot of better kits than those, but this is definitely a very, very good kit. And so yeah, I picked this up for, oh yeah, talk about this real quick. So if you are debating between getting one of Bandai's MS Girls or Kotobukiya's Frame Arms Girl, one thing to be considered is the price. Now, I picked this up for about $19-20, the China guy, but I picked Baselard up for around $70. Now, if we look at what is included in the 2 kits, though, China guy only has, as accessories, she only has these hand things. She also has extra hands that you can use, this helmet, and there is an extra, you have 2 different headbands you can use for that. So that is all that you get with her. But with Baselard, you get 4 guns, a whole backpack thing, optional legs. You get a lot for this kit. So it really comes down to, what do you have the money for at the time? If you have, say, you have $100. If you have that much and you are debating between a China guy or a Fumina and a Frame Arms Girl, get the Frame Arms Girl. It is very much worth that price point. But if you are kind of strapped for cash and you are deciding between the cheaper Frame Arms Girls and the MS Girls, get an MS Girl. It's not as good. Like, honestly, if you are strapped for cash, I would say get the real grade 00 Gundam, because that is way better than that kit specifically. But all it really comes down to is, what do you have the money for at the given time? So I very much recommend the Frame Arms Girl line if you can afford it. If you can't, that is fine, but you owe it to yourself to get one of these kits, because like I said, this was one of my favorite builds that I have ever done. Like, it beats the Sinanju Stein. It easily beats the Sinanju Stein. Like, don't get me wrong, I love that kit so much, and it has taken some dives on me, and it has stood the test from that. And surprisingly, during those dives, that finger hasn't popped off. So if you just stare at it, it'll pop off, but if you chuck it across the room, it won't. So that's very confusing. But yeah, it is better than the Sinanju Stein Verka. It is it's so hard to choose between these two. Like, honestly, the only way I find this to be even a little bit better is the fact that it is double O. This was my favorite kit before building Baselard, and honestly, she probably beats him. Just the only reason why he wins is because he's double O, and I absolutely love everything double O. Minus next week's. That's gonna be very, very depressing. So yeah, this has been my review for Baselard. Again, pick this up. If you can afford it, get it. Whoop. Sorry, kind of knocked on the camera a little bit. But yeah, if you can afford it, get it. It doesn't, I'm trying to think of some that are probably bad online. Probably Gorai, just because she was the first in the line, I've heard that she is the worst kit of them. I haven't built her yet, but once I do build her, I will let you guys know. But this kit is amazing. Like, I'm not gonna stop gushing over this. If you want one of these, GeekIsUs has started carrying them. They are sold out at the moment, but they do have another shipment of them coming in. I believe it will have like Hresvilger, there's going to be a Gorai, there will be... I'm pretty sure they'll have the red Steelet coming in. So yeah. Anyways, I has been Lackenroda. This has been one of the best kits I've ever built. And that is all for the video. Goodbye.